המזכיר הכללי של בני עקיבא העולמית, מר זאב שוורץ, ידידי הטוב, ראש עיריית באר שבע, רוביק זה הדבר הכי טוב שקרה לבאר שבע, אנחנו גאים בו כולנו. Dear friends, I think I'm the only one among you who knows profoundly what does it mean to be 80 years old. And I must tell you, it's not just the number of the years you have negotiated, but the accumulation of the deeds that you have contributed and the way you have performed. Bnei Akiva really did a great service to our people, to our land, to our spirit, to our army. And for me, it's a privilege to express the thank of the nation to your movement. You are young and the movement is old, but your age should really provide a future to our people. I must say I didn't know that I'm coming here to speak in English, so my speech I wrote in Hebrew. I should try to translate it briefly and say that Bnei Akiva helped the needed, performed the hopes of our nation, built settlement, joined the army, and kept Maasim Tovim u'mitzvot Tolot together in their own way. We just lost a great leader, military leader from Bnei Akiva, Mayor Roy Klein, that in my judgment represents the spirit of your movement. Roy, that was educated in Bnei Akiva, was a Talmid Chacham, a naval engineer, a member of our settlements, and particularly an exceedingly brave young commander that has sacrificed his life to save the lives of his soldiers. So the strength of Bnei Akiva doesn't come just from the numbers of branches or the number of members or even the numbers of settlements. It comes from the great spirit that you carry. The spirit of one of our most wonderful person in Jewish history, Rebbe Akiva. Let me say a few words about Rebbe Akiva. Rebbe Akiva divided his life in 3 parts. 40 years, he was a shepherd. 40 years, he was a teacher. 40 years, he served his people. You don't have to live 120 years like him, but you can really divide your life between work and learning and serving. This is the great message of him. Rabbi Cook said about him that he was a man of love. Personal love, national love, and spiritual love. The personal love he has shown to his wife, Rachel. It wasn't his manner to distribute donations, but he made for her a beautiful ornament, and you wouldn't believe it, the name of it was Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. That was the first ornament introduced by Rabbi Akiva. His love for the people was not a love of strength, but a love of content. He thought that what we have in our virtues and values, in our 10 commandments, is the greatest thing, which is worthwhile serving. And his spiritual love was for children, for learning, for teaching. He himself started at a late age to study, but he was the greatest teacher of himself and of all of us. You know, Rabbi Hanania said that Hakol bidei shamayim chutz meirat shamayim. Everything is in the hands of heaven, but the call of heaven. I don't know how to translate Yirah exactly in...
Fear.
No. It's more than fear, it's respect. Fear is pachad. And Yirah is respect, so I prefer to say the call.
This is the ulpan of Bnei Akiva.
You have to change it. Because it has a very profound meaning. It means that the heaven can determine many things, but to call the heaven is your own choice. It means the deepest explanation of freedom. You are not determined. You can be a chosen or a choosing people. That is the meaning of it. That is the call of the real freedom in our life. I want to tell you that I myself am a product of a youth movement competition, Anor Oved. You have a black, we have had a red, but you have a white, we have a blue skirt, but don't judge us by our skirts. Judge us by our content. And at the time, the movement, your movement and our movement, were very close. Maybe not in the explanations, but in the virtues. Maybe we explain differently our heritage, but all of us wouldn't ignore it and wouldn't forget it. And this contributed a great deal, not only to the freedom of our people, but also to the union of our nation. When we were close, there was more unity than today. And I'm afraid that we have to renew the lost unity, and we have to strengthen the values of our life together. You know, one poet said, what is a peer? He says a peer is a frustrated bridge. A bridge connects two parts. A peer is connected to just one side. There were times that we were bridges, and I'm afraid now we are peers. We have to renew and be a bridge among brothers, among people, and serve on that bridge the highest call of our time. And I join your call for greater unity and understanding. Now let me say a few words about politics. I'm so glad to see that you're coming from so many places, and the spirit is one. The places are different, and you're so enthusiastic and lovely. It's a pleasure to see you, a pleasure to follow you. Not only the girls, the boys as well. Now, thank you.